Namaste, Saligram here, local expert for trekking in Nepal. Today I'm here with some information about Everest Base Camp trek and island peak climbing. Most of the treks takes you to the bottom of the mountains. Well, we want to take you to the top. Island peak 6,189 meter. This could be your next goal. Don't forget to subscribe this channel and hit the bell icon to get notification for upcoming videos. Well, island peak climbing with the Everest Base Camp trek is fantastic experience in the Himalayas of Nepal. It's a great summit for the first time climbers who are looking for something a little more challenging than the Everest Base Camp trek. Imagine how you will feel standing on the top of the mountain, looking around surrounded by the highest mountain range. Island Peak is one of the popular climbing peaks in the Everest region, especially for the trekkers. This adventure also takes you into the foot of Mount Everest before ascending the peak. You will trek to Everest Base Camp 5,364 meter and Kalapathar 5,550 meter for the up-close view of Mount Everest and other mountains. At the same time, it helps to acclimatize your body at higher elevation before summiting the island peak. I can feel that your excitement for real mountaineering. No worries, our guides are the ultra-experienced Sherpas. Most of them have scaled Mount Everest few times. They will give you basic training before climbing peak at Island Peak Base Camp about how to climb and how to use climbing equipment. Our climbing packages including boots and all the gear you will need for the climb. We would love to stand on the Island Peak summit with you. Our guides will be there to help you every step on the way to summit. Starting with the 40-minute scenic flight to Lukla, the journey begins with the slow and pleasant walk following the Dudkoshi River into the beautiful Sherpa villages of Ghat, Phagbing, Manjo to reach the famous Namche Bazaar in 2 days trek. At Namche, you will have your first acclimatization and do some short hike up to Everest View Hotel, which gives you awesome views of Mount Everest, Amadablam, Thamserku, Hwangde and many other stunning peaks. This hike will help you to acclimatize yourself to going higher elevation. Leaving Namche Bazaar, the trail follows the valley of Imja Khola with a breathtaking view of Thamserku, Khangtega and Amadablam. Reaching another important spot of the Everest region at Thangboche Monastery, a beautiful place surrounded with the mountain views. The Thangboche Monastery is one of the most famous and oldest monastery in Khumbu Valley. You may go in and get blessed by the Lama. Following the Imja Khola from Thangboche, the trail ascends through the Pangboche village and you will reach Dingboche where the day's trek ends. You will have second acclimatization day here, do a day hike on nearby the hill, climb few hundred meters and then back to overnight place, have a rest. From Dingboche, 5 hours walks to Labuche, 4,910 meters via Thukla Pass, where the monuments of Everest climbers are. Walking through the rocky trails and glacier, after 3 hours hike from Labuche, you will reach the last settlement of the Everest Base Camp trek known as Gorakshep at 5,180 meters on the base of Kalapathar, from where many trekkers has captured the image of the old highest mountain with their open eyes. The trek along the glacier to the base camp take up 4 to 5 hours including returning time to Gorakshep as there is no settlement at base camp. Walking through rocky trails with the many up and down, it will be a tiring walk to base camp, but reaching Everest Base Camp is a lifetime experience. After the successful climb to Kalapathar and Everest Base Camp, descend back down to Dingboche for overnight. The next day, heading up to Imja Valley towards Chukung village, the last settlement before Island Peak. Until Chukung village, you were leading by the trekking guide. From Chukung, the climbing guide will lead the trip to Island Peak Base Camp, summit and back to Chukung. Early lunch in Chukung before heading towards the Island Peak Base Camp. The hike up to the Island Peak Base Camp will take 3 to 4 hours. There are an amazing glacier and lake with the most stunning view of the Imja Valley. All evening, your climbing guide will give you some training about how to use climbing equipment and safety stuff. At the base camp, there is already set up rope system for you and give training for zoomering on steep terrain and making sure you are comfortable with your climbing equipment and using ropes. You will sleep in the tent overnight in Island Peak Base Camp. Summit day, exciting and nervous, right? Today you will make your summit attempt on Island Peak 6,189 meter. However, this is long, hard climb. Initially there is a steep zigzag, rocky path with some scrambling. This is straightforward trekking, but very tough walk. And once you hit 5,900 meter, get all your gear on. Cross the glacier through the many crevasses. You may need to cross the ladders few times. Before the 100 meter from summit, you will follow the fixed rope, which is fixed by our climbing Sherpa. Once at the top, you will find that all the hard work was worth it, as you will have wonderful panoramic vistas of some famous mountains like Amadablam, Lhotse, Makalu, etc. After a successful summit, the long descent back to Island Peak Base Camp, have some food and drinks made by our camping crew, then trek back to Chukung for overnight. Your climbing guide's job is done from Chukung. Again, your trekking guide will lead the trail back to Namche Bazar and Lukla, the same route you trek up at starting. Enjoy your last night at Himalayas with your trekking crew and next morning fly back to Kathmandu. Hope you find interesting and useful this video. If you are planning to do this adventure trip, contact us. We will organize the trip as you want on your date. If you like this video, please subscribe our channel, hit the bell icon to get notification for upcoming videos. See you in the Himalayas. Namaste.